Hey everyone, Leanne here from Jaded Blossom, and it is day 3 of our October release, and I have a card and tag to share with you. Hey, so I'm using Jaded Blossom's pocket tag die, along with their coffee dies, their candy grid style dies, their lips stamp set, their Gnome dies, Candy Charms Add Ons, their rectangle dies, and their Scalloped Rectangle dies. I'm also using the brand new Christmas Candies grid style stamp set, along with Doodlebug's Let It Snow 6-inch pad and odds and ends. So I have a piece of paper tray ink pure poppy cardstock cut at 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 inches with my Martha Stewart scoreboard and my Teflon bone folder on my Stampin' Up! Pad that I always work on. Now, this is my favorite red for making a card base. It's a fabulous color. Now I'm going to add a piece of cheapo cardstock to the inside. This is cut at 4 and 5.25 inches, and I'll add that with my ATG gun, or ATG tape, if you will. There we go. And then I'm going to add a strip of paper from that same pad. It's basically 1 inch wide, from that Let It Snow 6-inch pad from Doodlebug. I kind of like it because it's, you know, not super Christmassy because of the pink, but I think it just looks great. So that's why I thought I would use that one. And I will trim off the overhang with a pair of scissors. So there we go for that. Now on the front of my card base, I have some layers cut, and I will measure them as I'm talking to you. Sorry, I'm dropping rulers here. So first of all, I cut a piece of paper tray ink white cardstock with a stitched rectangle die, and it is 2.25 by 4 inches. Is that right? Oh no, 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And then I'm going to stamp these lips, this lip stamp set, using Distress Oxide inks with a Misty. Now you want to use a Misty. I just find that way you can, you know, stamp over and over. It's easy to line up your stamp again. So I'm starting out with Kitsch Flamingo for the all over stamp. Then I'm pulling out Worn Lipstick for the second layer. You'll notice that I'm using one of those Simon Says Stamp acetate grids just to help line it up. There we are. And then I'm going to add the Worn Lipstick Distress Oxide ink layer. And I was kind of going for like a pinky red because that's what that's what my card is going to look like. So I thought that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just adding, like I said, this second layer on in the Worn Lipstick. There you have it. And then the darkest layer, I'm going to pull out the, what's it called? Festive Berries in Distress Oxide ink. And you'll notice that I do stamp them a few times just to get a nice clear image, right? That's kind of fun, right? And I thought this lips image goes perfectly with a sentiment from the new Candies grid or Christmas Candies grid style stamp set. So that's what I was going for. Okay, so now I'm going to be adding in layers. Now my scallop layer is, let me see, 3 3/4 by 5 inches roughly, and that's cut from that Let It Snow pad. And then my next layer, I just freehand, I cut with my trimmer, and it is 3 1/4 by 4.5. That's the pink, 3 1/4 by 4.5. And then the red is cut at 3 1/8 by 4.5. So as I said, all of these papers came from that same pad, and I'm layering them all up using my ATG tape. Just trying to get it straight and even, you know. And as I said before, this red from paper tray ink is my favorite red. It's perfect for Christmas red. I think it's a perfect red for all time. It's my favorite red that there is out there. So there we are. So now I'm going to quickly put together this image. This is going to go on my other design today. This is a coffee cup cut from that same 6-inch pad from Doodlebug. I cut out white paper tray ink cardstock for that layer. The little cocoa layer was cut out of dark chocolate cardstock. And then the striped straw, that actually was cut out from that same pad. So, you know, keeping it nice and easy. Remember, you can pull all of your colors from one pad. So now I'm folding up my, what's this called? This is the pocket tag die. So you just quickly fold it on the layers, add a little bit of score tape on those two sides. Easy stuff. If you use double-sided paper to make this, you'll have a different pattern on the inside. This time I decided to leave the inside plain. So there you have it. And I will add my little layer of pattern paper that is from that same pad, that Let It Snow pad. And I'm just going to glue that layer down with my art glitter glue using my reverse tweezers. You'll see that I cut that little scalloped edge to go with this pocket tag die. That's in the die, the pocket tag die set. And I'm going to run that along the edge of my pocket just for a little bit of fun. And it adds a little feature, you know, that scallop feature, which is quite nice. I'm just making sure I have glue right up to the edge. And then I'm going to add, like I said, that little scalloped layer, which is kind of fun, right? A nice trimmed piece. And I'm going to pop that down into place with some art glitter glue. You don't want to get any glue on the inside of your pocket because you got to be able to slide something in your pocket, right? Now I'm pulling out some grosgrain ribbon, and it's a 1/4 inch white ribbon. And I'm just going to thread it through my little tag, and then I will knot it. So that will be the, you know, the little part of my hang tag, so you can tie it to a present, right? So kind of fun, right? And I'm just going to knot the end, and then I will trim off the tails at an angle, because why not, right? There you go. I did not use a bow on this one. I know, shocker. I was thinking of using some twine, but I changed my mind. I decided to pull out a piece of odds and ends from the matching odds and ends from the Let It Snow, and I just popped it up with a dimensional. Okay, so now I've got my sentiment. The sentiment is says Sweet Christmas Wishes, and that is from the brand new stamp set today called the Christmas Candies Grid Style Stamp Set. And I used the Gnome, what's that called? The Gnome Dies Candy Charm Add Ons. I'm going to learn what that is if it kills me. I swear, I keep forgetting what it's called. And I've just layered those two up. You'll notice that I cut the scalloped layer with that same pure poppy cardstock. Now I'm going to add in this snowflake from that odds and ends set from the Let It Snow from Doodlebug. And now I'm going to pop up this cup just with some dimensionals. I'm using the edge up, right? Might as well. And then I will pop that up on the front of this tag. So this is a fun little tag. You'll notice there's a little Amazon gift card in there, a little Christmas themed one. But this, you could put any gift card in there for Christmas. It'd be super cute. You could put a gift card on the tag, address it on the back, and tie it to a present, right? Or a gift bag. Would be fun. So now I'm going to have my cup kind of tilted to the side. And then I'm going to keep my little sentiment flat because the white part is popped up, right? So that is stamped onto Nina Solar White 80-pound cardstock with VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. And there we go. Isn't that cute? I just think it's so cute. Now I'm going to pull out my Nouveau Crystal Drops. Remember what I always say, when you're using one of these odds and ends, you know, little die cut things, you want to add some features to make it just a little bit more special so it doesn't look so flat. And I'm going to do that with Nouveau Crystal Drops this time. So it's kind of fun. And then I will set that off to dry. Okay, so now I'm going to put together the rest of this little Christmas card here. This is kind of like an alternative Christmas card because it has lips on the front, right? So I'm just going to line that up in the center, and I'm sticking that down nice and flat. And then you'll see the sentiment says Merry Kissmas, and that's how I got my idea. I'm going to stick my white layer. Remember those stamp set? The stamp set was cut out using our grid style stamp set, or our grid style die, or grid die, however you want to call it. And then I'm going to pop that die up on the front of this card with some dimensionals again. And I did pull out some little hearts from the odds and ends, the matching Let It Snow odds and ends from Doodlebug that I will be popping up on the front of this card also. So like I said, an easy card design, you know, and unexpected, right? Which is always fun. A little non-traditional look for Christmas. There we go. So I'm just getting them all popped up evenly. I'll peel off the backing. And then I'm going to pop that onto the front of the card, just trying to decide where it's going to go. I do end up, you know, settling on the bottom right-hand corner. Now I'm going to pop up these 3 little hearts. I've got 2 red and 1 pink. And I'm just going to pop those up with some dimensionals again. And, you know, in a, you know, triangle pattern, odd numbers. So I have 3, right? And that's what I have going on for that. So there, I'm just trying to decide how I'm going to display these. And there you have it. I'll pop that last little heart up. So this is kind of a clean and simple card, or as clean as simple as I get, right? Now on the inside, I'm going to add a little penguin to my design, and that's from the same odds and ends set. Super cute stuff. And I'm going to add, I'm not completely finished yet, so I'm going to pull up my Secure White Jelly Roll pen in a number 10 and add a few little highlights to these little odds and end pieces, right? Now on the inside, I'll add a few little freckles and highlights to this cute little penguin's eyes. Isn't that sweet? There we go. And then I did go ahead and I grabbed 2 more little hearts from that same set, because why not, right? And I'm going to add 2 more to the inside, just because, you know, I like to decorate the insides of my cards with those. Now I'm going to take the sentiment, Merry Christmas to You and Yours. That's from that same brand new stamp set from Jaded Blossom called Christmas Candies Grid Style. And I'm just going to layer that onto my card. I did cut that out with our mini tag dies 3. There we go. And then I'm going to cut off the overhang with a pair of scissors. So, you know, pretty easy. Isn't that cute? And there's the outside. Now, to add a little bit of something to this card, I'm going to add Nouveau Crystal Glaze, which is basically like glossy accents. And I'm going to layer that over these lips just to make them nice and shiny. I don't know, it just makes them pop a little bit more on the card because they're kind of flat, right? Because I stamped directly on my background. I could have cut them out and popped them up. That would have made them stand out a little bit more. But I thought I would try and keep this card a little bit flatter, even though I did pop up the hearts and the sentiment there. But, you know, I love my dimension. What can I say? I should own shares in you know, dimensional companies, because that's what I spent all my money on, dimensionals. I love dimension. So there we go. So I'm just filling in to make sure I have a nice glossy looking pout on this card for Merry Christmas, right? It's kind of fun. There we are. And then I do, I'm just going to make sure everything's filled in with my bamboo skewer there. Isn't that something? I just think it's great. Now I'm pulling out my Nouveau Crystal Drops in Simply White, and then I will add an uneven number of those. I'm going to add 5 droplets. And then there you have it. Not too bad, right? Kind of cute. I'm just going to make sure they flatten out all right. And then for this one, I'm just going to add in a little highlight on the little heart too. Because, you know, why not, right? There we go. But how cute is that? So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, be inspired, the Jaded Blossom store, and be sure to come back tomorrow because I will have another video for you. And it'll be time to get your hands on all these wonderful goodies. And that is all. So thank you as always for watching my videos, and we will see you soon in my next one. Bye everyone.